It's fascinating how meticulously planned most movies are known to be. Yet amidst this careful planning, these big-budget films occasionally allow for moments of improvisation from their talented actors. These instances often result in memorable lines or deeply emotional scenes that stick with audiences. 1. In Thor Ragnarok, there's a standout moment where Thor realizes his opponent is Hulk and cheerfully exclaims, "He's a friend from work." It's a delightful line improvised by Chris Hemsworth, capturing the humor and camaraderie between characters who've saved the world together. Despite their ensuing battle, both emerge relatively unharmed, highlighting the playful dynamics within the Marvel Universe. 2. Andrew Garfield brought his own flair to reprising the role of Peter Parker, injecting several spontaneous moments on set. One standout is when Ned tries to get Peter's attention, leading all three Peters to unknowingly point at each other, recreating the iconic SpiderMan meme. Another heartfelt improvisation came later when Garfield surprised his fellow Spider-Men by expressing his love for them, adding a genuine touch to their shared scenes. 3. Seeing Florence Pugh and Haley Steinfeld, both dynamic young actors, share the screen in Hawkeye was a real treat. In a memorable dinner scene where they first bond, Pugh and Steinfeld were given the freedom to improvise most of their dialogue. This resulted in Pugh playfully dousing her food with hot sauce, knowing Steinfeld wasn't a fan. Here's hoping we get more chances to see these talented actresses interact in future MCU projects. 4. Makari and Druig didn't start out with a romantic vibe in the Eternal script, but director Chloe Zhao pushed Barry Cohen and Lauren Ridloff to improvise and see where it went. I don't know if Lauren, you remember, it was your first time meeting Barry, the two of you started to just riff. You started to improvise, and I go, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, wait, what's happening? Sparks everywhere," Zhao shared during a press conference for the movie. 5. In one of the standout scenes from Black Panther, Winston Duke's M'Baku shuts down Martin Freeman's Everett Ross for speaking out of turn. M'Baku's response? A simple grunt that gets echoed by his entire tribe. It's both funny and a clear reminder that M'Baku is calling the shots here. Ross learns pretty fast that he's better off keeping quiet. 6. One of the most heartbreaking scenes in Infinity War is when Peter Parker starts to disappear and collapses into Tony Stark's arms. Surprisingly, Tom Holland improvised most of his lines in that moment, including the gut-wrenching "I don't want to go." In an interview with GQ, Holland revealed he used an acting technique to guide him towards such emotional peaks. Clearly, it struck a chord. The scene left many in tears alongside him. 7. Another spontaneous gem from Infinity War comes from Dave Batista, who improvised one of the film's funniest lines. Originally, the scene where the Guardians meet the Avengers was supposed to conclude with "Who is Gamora?" But Batista added his own twist with "I'll do you one better, why is Gamora?" It's a brilliantly funny line that fits Drax's character to a T. 8. One of the most crucial improv moments came at the end of Endgame. Stephen Strange recalls his earlier warning to Tony from Infinity War, signaling that there was only one way to beat Thanos. When Strange raises his finger, Tony understands the sacrifice needed to save the world. Interestingly, Benedict Cumberbatch added the finger lift, clarifying Tony's path in a decisive moment. 9. Jonathan Majors has emerged as one of the most thrilling additions to the MCU in Phase 4. Playing Kang, he's set to portray multiple versions of the character, starting with the one overseeing the timeline in Loki. During a pivotal moment explaining his grand scheme to Loki and Sylvie, Kang unexpectedly jumps onto the desk. Turns out, Majors improvised the move on the spot, and luckily, the cinematographer and camera crew rolled with it. 10. During the intense battle scene in Thor Ragnarok, Tom Hiddleston ran out of choreographed moves for Loki. On a whim, he decided to flip Loki's knives, and it turned out to be a stroke of luck. He managed to catch both weapons perfectly. This impromptu moment wasn't scripted by Taika Waititi, but they captured it on camera, instantly creating one of Loki's most iconic scenes in the entire film. 11. One of the most memorable scenes from Thor Ragnarok wasn't originally in the script. It's the moment when Thor and Loki attempt an unconventional escape tactic. Loki feigns injury and yells, "Get help," while Thor throws him at the guards. This spontaneous scene brilliantly captures the love-hate dynamic between the brothers, even though it wasn't part of the original plan. 12. Emma Watson opted against wearing a corset during the filming of Beauty and the Beast. She wanted Belle to be more active, so she said no to corsets, allowing her character to ride horses and dance without any restrictions. Belle's costumes were designed to be elegant and lightweight, ensuring she could move freely without feeling squeezed at the waist. 13. Gerard Butler wasn't supposed to yell, "This is Sparta," in the scene originally. The director wanted him to say it quietly, but Butler asked for another shot. When he shouted it loudly, it almost cracked everyone up on set, but the director liked it, and that's how a spontaneous moment ended up in the movie. 14. Jack Nicholson, known for his improvisational skills, famously added one of The Shining's most iconic lines himself. Despite Stanley Kubrick's meticulous approach to filmmaking, rewriting the script multiple times and filming scenes repeatedly for perfection, Nicholson reached a point where he stopped keeping up with all the script changes. Instead, he relied on his own creativity, introducing memorable moments like his chilling "Here's Johnny" line into the film. 15. Mike Myers, the voice behind Shrek, originally used his Canadian accent for the character. However, after reviewing a draft of the film, he decided to switch it up to a Scottish accent. Myers felt that Shrek should sound like he's from the working class, and in his mind, Scottish accents fit that description perfectly. This change meant extra work for the animators, costing around $5 million more. But the investment paid off, pleasing the movie's producer Steven Spielberg. As a result, Shrek became one of the most iconic Scottish characters in 21st century pop culture. 16. During a beach shoot for Casino Royale, Daniel Craig decided to have a bit of fun. While on set, he playfully pretended to swim in the shallow water, then suddenly stood up and emerged. The spontaneous shot turned out to be visually stunning and ended up being included in the film. Moreover, some of these shots became key parts of the movie's promotional campaign, helping to redefine the James Bond image for a new era. 17. During filming for Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey's improvisational skills came into play. In a scene where Lloyd exits a cafe and notices an old newspaper on the wall, Carrey's character wasn't originally supposed to react strongly. However, Carrey's spontaneous and hilarious response to the newspaper made everyone laugh so much that they decided to keep that take in the film. This unplanned moment ended up becoming one of the movie's funniest scenes. 18. During the filming of Star Wars Episode II: Attack of the Clones, Samuel L. Jackson had a special request for his character, Mace Windu. George Lucas typically assigned blue or green lightsabers to heroes and red to villains, but Jackson wanted something distinct. He proposed a purple lightsaber to stand out during the epic battle scenes. Lucas approved the idea, and Jackson was happy with the unique touch it added to his character. 19. Initially, the costume team for Harry Potter selected a striped suit and a black and white wig for Lucius Malfoy. However, Jason Isaacs, who played the character, vetoed that choice. Instead, he proposed the idea of a wizard's robe and long white hair. Isaacs revealed later that he put effort into keeping his hair extremely straight, which led him to often tilt his head back. This added a touch of arrogance to Lucius Malfoy's demeanor, becoming a defining trait of the character. 20. During the filming of a kitchen scene in Joker, Joaquin Phoenix caught everyone off guard. He emptied the fridge and climbed inside, shutting the door behind him. The crew, intrigued by his spontaneous act, continued filming to see where it would lead. This unexpected moment turned into one of the film's most powerful and memorable scenes. Well, that wraps up our look at 20 times Marvel actors went off script and made movie magic. What's your favorite improvised moment from movies? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fun facts and entertainment updates. Until next time, take care and enjoy your movie moments.